Hello, and welcome to our first session in a series of Master Your Art Skills, where I am going to discuss various aspects of art, be it on practical terms or some philosophical issues. And I hope it's going to be useful for you. So let's start. My name is Vlad Yeliseyev, and the first thing I wanted to talk about, the first issue, let's call it this way, is about enhancing objects' character, which is very important in anybody's work. So I noticed the lack of artist input into the paintings when it comes to the focal areas, hyperbolization of the idea, or let's say just pointing the viewer to the area where actually you would like them to look. And your personal input is very important in this regard. What I'm talking about is things which are hard to really to grasp, because for everybody there is a different sort of interest in the scenery. So if I will take, let's say, a few painters and all of them will paint the same scenery, all paintings will come out as with different results. And that's important for the painter to realize what's actually captured their attention when they pick up the brush and decided to paint something. For instance, last time I've been, let me share the photograph and the painting I actually prepared here for us to look at, and maybe that would be clear. Let me see, hold on here. I just opened the image and I would like to share it with you. We are looking at the farmland right here. And as you can see, I actually decided to enhance a few things right here. And let me just draw it for you. For instance, I decided to paint it because I really like that the barn in front of me, not the background with a blue roof, but the contrast of the object on a foreground, not in a midground barn, where you can see the very dark area inside, and then there are a few things sticking out. I thought it's very, very interesting. I like the weathered roof also, and the way it is lined up. But look at the painting. I decided that this line, for instance, here, can be slightly enhanced. I'm, of course, exaggerating it slightly. It has already, if you look at the original photograph right here, it already has some kind of a little bit of move over there. So I decided as a master of my product, of my painting, to actually slightly enhance it. And that's very important, I think. Also, these little chunky things in front of it, you see, I decided to create a little bit drama right here with this angle, which actually stabilized this angle also a little bit better, as you can see. So this is, of course, adding this kind of wheel right here, and also sagging the roof a little bit. Look at this. You see how straight the original roof is? For my taste, it's a little bit too good. So I decided to sag it, give it a little bit of sort of character over there. And that comes for the adjustments in the drawing department. When it comes to the color, I changed the color of the roof from the dull gray, warm gray, to the rust color right here. Also, of course, enhancing this weathered part is very, very important. So as when we are looking at everything right here and comparing their painting with the original photograph or the real scenery over there, you can tell that it has a markedly different appearance. which is, I think, is better. When it comes to the road here, for instance, let's have a look at this path in the foreground. If you're looking at the path, it's shooting straight into this object over there with a horse in front of it. But if you look at the painting, what I decided to do here is to create a sort of very strong diagonal movement into this direction. If you will even connect this edge of the grass with the continuation of this line, you will see what I'm talking about. It leads you diagonally into the painting, reappears over there nicely, just a hint of it. And that is actually creates a very strong dynamic movement in the painting. So at the same time, I kept the main things over there. Another thing which we should be careful about, in my opinion, is not to overdo it. There is a really, I kept very intact the overall appearance of the front of the barb with large illuminated elements, as you can see. And that was actually staying here intact. I also like these beams a little bit. Look at this. There is a beam right here. Look at this, from the dark to the light right here. And let me just have to draw it for you. To the light right here, and corresponding post and slight beam over here was kept. I thought it actually was very good. In fact, it's not present in a photograph on this part, but I decided to enhance it in this. So this is much interesting. If you look at the edge also, I mean, I didn't change it much, but it's a really this kind of a metal roof, which is also present right there, and I decided to keep it. Now, if we look at the background tree right here, you see how I push this tree in the background far away. It's kind of foggy, almost sort of barely there, tree in the background, actually connecting this element and this one. But in reality, it's just as present as everything else in the painting. Okay, so that's actually also was adjustment. And of course, the main thing probably would jump on you. I added a few elements over there to create extra kind of rustic feel in the picture with this kind of wheel. And you see, again, I kept this grinding stone right here intact, and just a little gentle adding of some elements which keeps talking about normal life at the farm, because this is actually, believe it or not, a museum. And this window, which is accidentally just being cut on the foreground, and you see it looks very accidental. I just moved it to the left, and now it's prominently displayed right here as a part of this building. So that's little things I'm talking about which are important and we need to take into consideration. So next time when you're going to pick up the photograph which you really like to paint, or you like the scenery which you like to paint, I would like you to stop for a second, give it a hard look, and ask yourself a question: can I make it better? And that is very important. Let me clear all these drawings, and I'm going to stop sharing this. All right, so, and I'm going to show you another something which I actually want to show and talk about. When we're talking about enhancing things, I would like to mention the work of caricaturists. And that is what we have to think about a little bit. Of course, we are not, let me just share with you, just don't laugh for a second, just take it, oops, hold on for a second. I think it's, okay, let me just share it, hold on. It's like I'm navigating here. Here we are. All right, so when I am going to talk about it, and what I mean is, is that these caricaturists, they have absolutely fantastic, the good ones, of course, sense of character, which I'm talking about. If you look at the, it's funny, right? If you look at the characters right here, look at the face. I mean, this is really abnormally exaggerated features of that lady which is laughing, abnormally exaggerated features of that person laughing. We're talking about portraits right now, but look at the gestural drawing over there. It's not my caricatures. I'm not caricaturist. It's Peter van Straten. And look at the immediate, like she even lifted her foot over there. She's laughing so hard. And another one just adding more and more jokes or something, gossiping, I guess. And that is really, really picture saying a lot. If we look at these guys too, look how perfectly conveyed character of these two people. You just looking at them and you can say so much about them just looking at the way they are enhanced, their characters, their face features, even the way they sit is very important. Look at this body. I mean, instead of the glass of wine, I would actually put a glass of beer over there, looking at the guy, the way he is enjoying his life. And that cigarette over there says a lot. You see, they're talking without even removing it. So being a caricaturist, what I'm trying to tell you a little bit in your work is very, very important. Again, I judge the shows. I'm looking to the, like, even if you look at the YouTube channels and with artworks and everything, I think we're copying too much. I think we're really trying to be very faithful to the original, what we see, sceneries, and trying to depict it without really thinking about the mood, character, etc., etc. Does it make sense? So clear all drawings. Here, another image I wanted to show you, and that was a recent one. It's the image with, let me just shut it down. It's an image I just painted on my paint along. And that what, oops, I'm going to open this and share another one. On this series of things, I'm going sometimes even to do small demos. But today we're just talking, it's actually also almost like a test. Look at this image in Switzerland. And that was a cafe me and my students painted together online, and I just wanted to point you to a few things over here, and which is, I think, is important. Look at this, what I have done. Instead of I'm standing under the arch, and the arch right now, let me annotate this, has that strange kind of shape right here, okay? So instead of picking up what I see right here, I decided to curve it in a more sort of normal way as an arch, okay? And that is much more clear now that we are standing under some kind of classical arch, and that is not the point to depict. That arch is just being there as a framing sort of device in a painting. Instead of actually also doing this, I decided to raise the roof at the background building or mid-ground, where I don't know, the way you look at the things. And if you will notice, we have now a picture in the frame already. You see how interesting is that? And then this roof on a foreground building is also sort of curving. And then if you will look at the three umbrellas in a midground, they're also curving. So we have like a series of curves which are actually support each other and creating a very strong sense of composition. I'm not even talking about adding people right here, okay? I'm not adding a bicycle for the interest in a focal area where I want people to look at. And that was actually done quite deliberately, everything here. So all I'm saying is, so let me stop sharing this, is that it's very important for us to think about the subject matter we paint and also trying to find a way to enhance it in a way which benefit composition, which benefit your point of view, your personal point of view to the imagery. And that is, I think, what we need to pay attention. And I'm not really seeing people talking about it much, but that probably I'm going to talk about in detail in the future. The next one, Friday, live session is going to be on September 13th. And I'm going to talk about color, watercolor mixing right on paper instead of using your palette. Of course, it's not possible to just get rid of your palette, and I don't recommend you to do that. But thinking about how we can mix colors better right on paper, I think it's an interesting topic too. So until next time, see you next Friday, and bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed this, our first meeting. Thank you.